Hi everybody, it's Sarah Janes here. Today I'm going to show you how to build a thaumatrope. This is a great activity for kids of all ages, and it's a great combination of science and art. I've got a question for you. What do you see with? Does anybody have an answer? I bet I know what you're thinking. The answer is not your eyes. The answer is your brain. Your eyes are a lens that sends information from your occipital lobe to your brain for processing. Your brain then tells you what you see. Try this. Close your eyes. Picture a butterfly. Do you see it? Also, when you go to sleep at night, you dream in pictures, you dream images, but your eyes are closed. Your eyes send 100 billion signals to the brain every second. That's a lot of information. Your brain is literally the most powerful computer on Earth. You know, sometimes when it takes your computer a second to load an image, that's because it's processing information and it can't do it right away or instantaneously. Neither can your brain. It takes your brain 1/5 of a second to process information. It takes 1/5 of a second to transfer visual information from your optic nerve to your brain for processing. Here's a super cool fact. We have to be able to react really quickly in life. Let's say there's a ball heading for your head. You need to move fast. You need to get out of the way really fast. To make up for that 1/5 of a second in time it takes to transfer information, your brain forecasts everything 1/5 of a second ahead. So technically, the world that you're living in right now doesn't exist because your brain is projecting 1/5 of a second ahead all the time. Now, let's get to work and make a thaumatrope. I also like to call these spin discs. This is a really cool little project, and it's going to show you what happens when your brain can't process 2 spinning images fast enough. These are the tools you need: a pencil and an eraser, masking tape, scissors, Bristol board or cardboard, string, and some pencil crayons. So I've got my Bristol board here. I'm going to use a masking tape roll to trace 2 circles. If your masking tape roll is not that big or you're using Scotch tape instead, you can just trace a bowl. So trace it with your pencil 2 times, and then you're going to take a pair of scissors and cut out those 2 circles as neatly as you can. All right, now that you have your 2 circles, you need to decide what you want to draw on them. I've decided that today I am going to draw a donut. So the first thing I'm going to do is just mark out the sides and the bottom. It's going to be one of those wonderful round donuts with a hole. So to make the top of the donut, I'm going to draw an ellipse. And then in the center of the top of that donut, I'm going to draw another ellipse that's just like a squished circle for the donut hole. There are so many different things that you could draw. You could draw a slice of pizza. You could draw a giant birthday cake. So you would draw the pizza on one side, and then on the other side, on your other circle, you could draw your pepperoni, your mushrooms, your green peppers, and then you would draw your cake on one side, and on the other side, you would draw your candles, and you could write happy birthday if you wanted to. All right, so back to my discs. I have one that has the donut bottom on it, and I'm going to want to add the icing to the other disc, the other circle. So I'm going to use my pencil to measure where the top of the donut is, and I'm just going to make a little mark on my other circle and do my best to put the icing, to draw the icing doing my best to try and keep it the same size as the top of the donut on the left. So you could use a ruler if you wanted. I'm just going to eyeball it. And I do tend to like to make sure that the icing is a little bit organic on the edges, like it's been poured on wet. It might be dripping down a little bit. I don't like it to be too smooth because I want it to stand out from the bottom of my donut. And once I have the icing drawn out, I'm going to use some pencil crayons, some nice light beiges and browns to do the baked dough part of the donut. And I'm going to use some brighter colors to add a nice pink icing. All right, the next step is to cut a piece of string. You want it, I guess about 1 meter long, so maybe about 3 feet. And you're going to pinch the 2 cut ends together and pull. That's how you're going to find the center of the string. I'm going to flip over my donut, put the string down so that the donut and the string are on the same axis. Then I'm going to use some tape and I'm going to push down on that tape so that the string can't rotate inside of it. So I'm using my nails just to push that string down. The next step is to make some tape Cheerios or little tape circles. You're going to take some tape and twist it into a little circle or a little Cheerio. Put 2 under the string and then put 2 above the string. Now this is important. My donut's upside down, so I'm going to flip it right way up. As I rotate, everything has to be right way up facing me. So my donut's right way up, and as I rotate it, I'm going to need my icing to be right way up. So my donut wasn't straight, so I'm just going to move my string and fix that so that everything's straight. Sometimes you just have to make a few little adjustments. All right. Make sure my tape's nice and stuck. There's my donut. And as I turn it, remember, I still want my icing to be right way up to me, even though I know in my head my donut's now upside down. I'm going to push it down into that string. With my left hand, I'm going to hang onto the string. And with my right hand, I'm going to rotate it. Watch this. So I'm turning with my right hand and then pulling, and as you can see, the disc starts to spin. So you know those are 2 images, but now when you look, you see a donut with frosting and not a donut that's separate from its frosting. If you need to make any adjustments, like lower the icing or raise the donut, you can do that to make sure everything lines up. I'm going to add a little bit more detailing now that I know things are working. I'm going to add some shading. And I'm going to get some other colors and add some really fun sprinkles to my donut. Some orange and some yellow. Maybe some darker pink. That's going to be nice. What do you think it needs now? Turquoise. Everything needs turquoise. Oh, some more yellow. And as a final touch, a little bit of blue. All right, let's watch our donut with pink sprinkle icing. There you go. Isn't that super cool? So you're seeing one image now until it slows down, and then you see two. So I really hope you had a good time today. I would love to see your images. I would love to see your Thaumatropes. If you want to send me pictures on Instagram at Sarah Jane's Art. There's so many ideas out there. I'm sure you can come up with something really exciting and original. So we'll give it one more spin. Perfect. All right, I want to show you one that I made a little bit earlier. That's the bottom, the ice cream cone, and then 3 scoops of ice cream with a cherry on top. So they're separate, and then when I spin them, they come together. That's all, folks. Thanks again for joining me. Remember that you can always connect via social media. I'm most active on Instagram at Sarah Jane's Art, or you can check out my original artworks or prints for sale at www.sarahjanes.com. Peace and love. Take care for now.